Children's Ministry, and Happy Mother's Day!
We're so excited to have you in our home. We are the Ugorji family from Denver, Colorado. Today we have so many amazing things planned from all around the Dream Churches. We're so excited. We're going to learn about amazing moms in the Bible. We're going to sing some great songs, do some cool crafts. Hope you guys are ready for a great time.
Okay, kids, we're ready for King Jesus Lord. We're going to sing a song, so everybody stand up. Don't sit down. This is not for your viewing pleasure. We're going to sing along with all of our hearts, and we're going to sing King Jesus Lord. You guys ready? You Gorgeous family? You Gorgies are ready, all right? King Jesus Lord.
King Jesus Lord.
He's Lord of all.
He's Lord of all.
King Jesus Lord.
King Jesus Lord.
He's Lord of all.
He's Lord of all.
We're marching side by side. Marching one and all. And I know he will answer me when I call. Well, stepped on the rock was solid. The love of God came tumbling down. The reason I know he touched my soul, I dug down deep and I found pure gold. King Jesus Lord. King Jesus Lord. He's Lord of all. He's Lord of all. We're marching side by side. We're marching one and all. And I know he will answer me when I call. Well, I stepped on the rock was solid. The love of God came tumbling down. Reason I know he touched my soul. I dug down deep and I found pure gold. King Jesus Lord. He's Lord of all. We're marching side by side. We're marching one and all. And I know he will answer. And I know he will answer. And I know he will answer me when I call. Well, I stepped on the rock was solid. The love of God came tumbling down. Reason I know he touched my soul. I dug down deep and I found pure gold. King Jesus Lord. He's Lord of all. We're marching side by side. We're marching one and all. And I know he will answer. And I know he will answer. And I know he will answer me when I call. Okay, everyone. Next song is Peace Like a River. Okay, you guys ready?
I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean.
We have one more song. It's called Moving Up the King's Highway. You may not know this, but it's very, very active. You guys ready?
Yes.
Moving up the King's Highway. Moving up the King's Highway. Trusting in amazing grace. Trusting in amazing grace. You know Satan's on my track. Oh, I'm never, never, never turning back. Oh, moving up, moving up, moving up. Oh, I'm moving up the King's Highway. Smiling up the King's Highway. Smiling up the King's Highway. Trusting in amazing grace. Oh, I'm trusting in amazing grace. You know Satan's on my track. Oh, I'm never, never, never turning back. Oh, I'm smiling up, smiling up, smiling up. Oh, smiling up the King's Highway. Hopping up the King's Highway. Hopping up the King's Highway. Trusting in amazing grace. Oh, I'm trusting in amazing grace. You know Satan's on my track. Oh, I'm never, never, never turning back. 'Cause I'm hopping up, hopping up, hopping up. Oh, hopping up the King's Highway. High-fiving up the King's Highway.
Yeah.
High-fiving up the King's Highway. Trusting in amazing grace. Trusting in amazing grace. You know Satan's on my track. Oh, I'm never, never, never turning back. 'Cause I'm high-fiving up, high-fiving up, high-fiving up. Oh, high-fiving up the King. Kung-fuing up the King's Highway. Kung-fuing up the King's Highway. Trusting in amazing grace. Oh, I'm trusting in amazing grace. You know Satan's on my track. Oh, I'm never, never, never turning back. 'Cause I'm kung-fuing up, kung-fuing up, kung-fuing up. Oh, kung-fuing up the King's Highway. We're moving up the King's Highway. Moving up the King's Highway. Trusting in amazing grace. Yes, I'm trusting in amazing grace. You know Satan's on my track. Oh, never, never, never turning back. 'Cause I'm moving up, moving up, moving up. Oh, moving up the King's Highway.
Hi, everybody. We're so excited that you decided to join us this morning. I'm Tromala Miley, and we help lead the children's ministry here in San Francisco. And this is Analia, and this is Eliam. And I don't know about in your house, but in our house, we love Cosmic Kids Yoga. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to do a little bit of Cosmic Bible Yoga. Now, it's Mother's Day. I don't know if you knew that, but make sure to take some time and say Happy Mother's Day to your mom today. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell you about one mother in the Bible, and then a lot of other families are going to tell you about other mothers in the Bible. And we get a very special story. We get to tell you all about Eve. Eve was the very first mother in the Bible. And so we're going to start in a place that God created thousands and thousands of years ago. He created a place called the Garden of Eden. It was a perfect garden where all of the people and all of the animals got to live when they were first created. So let's all sit down. Here, Ellie, you come sit on this side. Finny, do you want to sit with us? Okay, and we're going to say our secret yoga code word.
Namaste.
Namaste. Okay, before we get started, Analia, do you want to pray for us?
Yes. Dear God, thank you for the food. Thank you for everyone. I appreciate what you did. Amen.
Amen. Eliam, would you like to pray for us? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our Cosmic Bible Yoga. We're going to stand up.
Stand up, please.
And God, like I said before, God created a perfect garden. So in our minds, we're going to go back and we're going to be in that perfect garden, in the Garden of Eden. Okay, now we're standing here and we're in the garden. And what we're going to do is we're going to reach our hands up And we're going to say, hello, sun.
Hello, sun. Hello, sun.
And then we're going to reach our hands down and we're going to say, hello, earth.
Hello, earth.
And then we're going to take a big step back with one foot and a big step back with our other foot. And we're going to say, hello, plants.
Hello, plants.
And now bring one knee forward and the other knee forward. And your hands in a big stretch. And we're going to say, hello, sky.
Hello, sky. Hello.
Yay! Now we're in the Garden of Eden. And on the 6th day, God created Adam and Eve. That's who we're going to talk about today, isn't it? Eve, the very first mother in the Bible. So God created them on day 6, and then on day 7, God rested. Do you guys need some rest? Oh, God rested. Okay, all rested. Now stand up. And on day 8, God gave them some very specific instructions.
Honey,
Please. And he said,
we really should lay down when it's end.
oh, at the end? Okay, we'll lay down at the end too. And so God said, you can eat from any tree in the garden that you want to, but you cannot eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And so let's make our tree pose. Let's pull our foot in right here. We're going to push our hands up to the air. We're going to try not to wobble. And this is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And they loved all the garden that God created because it was perfect. And so Eve was visiting the tree one day. And when she was visiting the tree, there was a crafty serpent. And the serpent started to ask her questions about what God had said. So let's get into our serpent pose. We're going to get down on the floor, on your belly. Put your hands back by your hips and lift your head up and lift your feet up. And now you're a crafty serpent who's asking Eve all kinds of questions. And Eve told the serpent that God said we can't touch any of the fruit or we're going to surely die. And the serpent said, you won't surely die. I'm touching the fruit and I'm just fine. God doesn't want you to be like him. Well, Eve had forgotten what God said, because remember, God said they couldn't eat the fruit out of the tree. He didn't say they couldn't touch it. And that's why it's so important to remember to fully listen and fully obey God's instructions and our parents' instructions. Because when we forget or when we disobey, there are consequences. And so the crafty serpent convinced Adam and Eve to disobey God. So God's rules are like a straight line that we're supposed to follow. If we remember the instructions and fully listen to them, then we're going to follow the straight line. But Adam and Eve disobeyed God, and they broke the line this way, and Eve ate the fruit. And then she convinced Adam, and he ate the fruit, and they broke the rules this way. Has that ever happened to you? Where sometimes you disobey and then you convince your brother or sister, or maybe they do it first and then they convince you? Eliam, honey, buddy, I need you to be quiet. And they convince you, but we're all supposed to help each other obey our parents and obey God. But Adam and Eve convinced each other to disobey. And so then there were consequences. One of the consequences was that they had to leave the Garden of Eden. And it was a perfect garden. So let's march. They had to pack up all their stuff, and they had to leave the Garden of Eden. And that was a really hard consequence because it meant they had to work really hard for their food instead of just getting it from the garden like God grew it. And the other consequence was that they could never come back. And so God put an angel. Let's do our angel pose. An angel with a flaming sword at the entrance so no one could get into the Garden of Eden. The other consequence that Eve had to suffer was that she had pain in childbirth. And so after they left the garden, Eve ended up having many children. And we're going to sit down and do our baby rocking pose. So sit cross-legged, and we're going to pick up one foot and rest it in one arm. We're going to rock our baby. This baby's name is Cain. He was the first baby ever born on earth. Okay, and then we're going to set Cain down, and we're going to pick up the other baby. And this is Abel. Abel was the second baby ever born on earth.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Cain and Abel did not have a great relationship. And Cain ended up killing Abel. That's a really sad story that we'll have to talk about at a different time. But I'm really grateful that you joined us. And since we've worked so hard, Annalie is right, we get another rest. We're going to lay down just like God did on day 7. Lay down and rest. Okay, we've rested enough. Okay, I just want to thank you guys for joining us for our Mother's Day Cosmic Bible Yoga. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a lot about Eve, the world's very first mother. Now, you're going to get to hear about a lot of other mothers and from families all over the country. So I hope you enjoy your day, and remember to wish your mom Happy Mother's Day. Bye.
Come more soon.
Hi everyone, my name is Jane, and I'm here today to tell you a quick little story about an amazing baby named Moses and his amazing mother named Jochebed. And this story can be found in the Old Testament of the Bible, but I'll just recap it real quick for you. And so this story takes place thousands of years ago in the land of Egypt, and there lived a very wicked Pharaoh who wanted all the baby boys to die. But Jochebed, Moses' mom, did such a courageous thing because she did not want her baby to die. She hid little baby Moses in a basket and floated him down the Nile River. But who finds the basket at the end? Out of all people, Pharaoh's daughter finds it. And so Pharaoh's daughter wants to raise Moses but couldn't at that time. And so she wanted to know who could possibly nurture and nurse this child so that I can go ahead and take him when he's older. And then Miriam, Moses' older sister, was waiting in the bushes, and she pops out and says, I know someone, I know who can go ahead and take care of Moses or this child. And so Pharaoh's daughter says, okay, go ahead and let that woman take care of this baby, and I will pay her for taking care of this baby. And when he's older, bring him back to me, and I will raise him as my own to become king. And so Miriam takes Moses back to Jochebed, his mommy, who then nurses and nurtures him until he's older. And then Moses returns back to Pharaoh's daughter and is raised to become the next Pharaoh. And it's just so incredible because if you just dive into the stories of the Bible, Moses has done amazing, wonderful things for God as he continued to grow older. But you know what? That's just a recap. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on now to my friends and the children's ministry, and they'll go ahead and share with you some more about Moses and his mom. Take it away.
So a long, long time ago, there was a pharaoh who wanted to kill all the baby boys, as all pharaohs do, so he could stay as pharaoh. There was one lady, Moses' mom, that did not want her son to be killed. Surprising, you know. And then, so she made a basket to drift him off into the water.
Hush now, my baby, be still, love, don't cry. Sleep as you're walked by the stream. Sleep and remember my last lullaby. So I'll be with you when you dream.
And as she put Moses in the basket put Moses on the Nile and let it go, she was crying. She was like, "Oh my gosh, my son, oh God, please protect my son. He has nobody to watch after him. I need a tissue." The water was very rough and coarse, and, well, there was a bunch of hippos, crocodiles trying to, eat them. Did you know that some hippopotamuses were thought to have sweat red blood? Some Nile crocodiles live to over 40 years old. That's almost as old as me. And eventually, the basket, which had baby Moses inside, discovered the Egyptian temple. The temple had the Pharaoh's daughter right next to it. The Pharaoh's daughter saw the basket, and then the princess was like, "Oh my gosh, this is a baby. Whoa, wow, this is incredible." And then all of a sudden, Miriam, who was Moses' sister, comes up from the bushes, and she's like,
"Although you're safe now, and safe may you stay, for I have a prayer just for you. Oh, baby brother, come back someday. Come and deliver us too."
Eventually, Moses became the leader of Israel and grew a giant thick beard and carried all the 10 Commandments on his shoulders without a doubt, because he's a man and all men do.
Morning, family. We hope that you're enjoying Kids Kingdom thus far. My name is Bobby, and this is Adeline, and we have my incredible wife Kinsey and our baby Eva.
Hello.
Who has dipped into some snacks.
Yes.
And so today, from the story, we can see that Jochebed was a brave woman because she hid Moses for 3 months. 3 months, Eva. And she was courageous because she let Moses go to be discovered by Pharaoh's daughter. And then she was clever because she made the basket. And so now we're going to be making our own baskets just like Jochebed. And they will be edible.
Edible baskets?
Edible baskets.
That's
yes.
awesome. Yes, we're going to be making edible baskets. You'll be using materials from your own fridge, your cabinets, whatever you can find in your kitchen to make this delicious snack basket. Huh, Eva? It's going to be incredible. But don't worry, we'll wait right here while you go and make these baskets. But now, a word from our sponsor, the Slippery Fish.
Slippery fish. Everyone.
Hi.
So welcome to our interlude, the sponsor by Slippery Fish. So we will be singing Slippery Fish.
They're slippery.
Oh my goodness.
Slippery fish, sliding through the water. Slippery fish, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh no, it's been eaten by a octopus, swiggling in the water. Octopus.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh no.
it's been eaten by a tuna fish, flashing in the water. Tuna fish.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh no.
It's been eaten by a great white shark, lurking in the water. Great white shark.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh no, it's been eaten by a humongous whale, flashing in the water. Humongous whale,
Go, go, go.
Pardon me. Yay! High five.
High five. Great job. High five.
Again.
All right. So at this point in time, hopefully you guys have now gotten your materials to make your delicious baskets.
Woo! Yes.
So we'll meet you in a second with our delicious baskets to be made.
See you soon.
Welcome everyone. Welcome back.
Welcome.
I hope you
Hey.
guys were able to get your delicious material for our baskets.
Yeah.
And so what we have here is Eva's already started.
Mm-hmm.
So Eva made hers out of graham cracker and she put some banana on top. And it looks very, very delicious. How is it? Good, okay.
Nice.
And I have made my delicious basket out of peanut butter, and I added a little bit of banana and some vanilla yogurt.
And I decided to make my basket out of hollowed out tomato, mozzarella cheese, and some basil. So I guess we can try our baskets and see how we like them.
Yeah. Very, very delicious.
That's a nice, healthy basket.
How are your guys' baskets out there?
They're good? What did you
They're
decide to
delicious.
make?
What was it? Okay.
I like that basket over there, Bobby. That one looks really good. I wish I could have some of that.
That one looks like it's gonna float in the Nile.
Yeah. Your basket is good too? Can I try your basket? Oh, thank you. You gotta try some of that. That's good.
Sure, I'll try some. Can that? That's a great basket.
That's a
Eva.
delicious basket. That'll definitely float on the Nile River.
Yay!
Nicely done.
All right.
Well, we really hope that you guys enjoyed tuning in with us. We hope you enjoyed this time where we were able to have an edible craft. And I hope that you guys continue to make your own Nile River baskets and have an even more incredible time enjoying the rest of this Kids Kingdom series. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Yay!
Bye-bye.
We can't wait to see you next time. Can you say bye?
Go? Well, we're going, but they're staying and they're going to watch another show. They're going to watch the next church do another one.
Can you give a kiss goodbye? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Greetings from Houston, Texas. The good old Texas. Yeehaw! My name is Sandra.
And my name's Francesca.
And today we're gonna talk about another mom in the Bible, Rebecca. So kids, we see in the Bible how Abraham and Sarah had a son, and they loved him so much. They were waiting for him for so long that God promised Abraham to give him this son Isaac. And so they had this son, and then Isaac goes and marries Rebecca. And Rebecca was one beautiful woman. And they got married, and Isaac wanted children. So Isaac prayed and prayed and prayed to God for years until Rebecca had sons, had children. And so they prayed and they prayed and they prayed. And then Rebecca got pregnant, and they had not one but 2 babies in her tummy. And they moved. And we know that she loved them very much.
Yeah, so these 2 babies, when she was pregnant, I don't know if you remember seeing your mom with a big tummy. Imagine how big it was now that there were 2 babies in there. And they were moving around so much in there that Rebecca called out to God. She was like, God, why is this happening? And God said to her, your babies are very different from one another. They're butting heads in there. One is stronger and one is younger, but the older one will serve the younger one.
Yes.
So after they were born, one came out red and hairy. He was the older one. His name was Esau. The younger one's name was Jacob.
Yeah.
Rebecca loved Jacob very much. Jacob stayed with her a lot, and Rebecca was a great cook. She taught Jacob how to cook. They'd spend a lot of time together. Whereas Esau,
he went hunting. He loved going outside and catching animals, and Isaac loved that about him. The Bible says how Isaac loved Esau, and Rebecca loved deeply Jacob. And boys, Rebecca and girls, Rebecca was a great mom in the Bible. You see how Rebecca fights for both of them, for Jacob, how she wanted him to be a great man, and then you see how Rebecca fought for both of them and had great plans for him, for Jacob and Esau. Now we're gonna sing a song for y'all.
yeah,
Yay, Jojo!
come here. Yay!
We're gonna sing.
You know the story of Rebecca. She was Isaac's wife. She was the most beautiful mother in the world of all the land.
Oh yeah.
Because Isaac knew God would bless them with 2 beautiful sons. So they prayed and they prayed and they prayed and they prayed. Prayed and they prayed and they prayed and they prayed. They loved and they loved and they loved and they loved. They loved and they loved and they loved and they loved and they danced.
They did.
Woo! Then in Rebecca's tummy, the twins moved around a lot. They were eager to get out. Let me get out. Yeah. Once Rebecca finally saw them, there were tears in her eyes.
One was Esau,
One was Jacob,
yes.
and their mommy loved them very much.
Very much. And they grew, and they grew,
And they grew, and they grew, and they grew, and
yes.
and they grew, they grew, and they grew, they grew, and they grew.
Yes. And they became great men. And you can see it. And Rebecca. And Rebecca loved them very much. She was a great mom. And we know that your moms love you very much. So right now, go give your mom a big, big, big hug.
Like this one,
And tell your mom
that you love her.
Yes.
Be like Jacob. Jacob helped his mom with dinner. He loved to stay indoors. And Rebecca, his mom, taught him how to cook all the yummy food for his father Isaac. And therefore, Isaac blessed him.
Yes. So go with your moms. Tell them you love them. And we love you too. Have a great, great Sunday.
And a happy Mother's Day.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi guys! Thank you all for joining us. My name is Afa. My wife and I lead the children's ministry over here in San Francisco. We're so grateful to have all of you. Hope you've learned something from all the mothers in the Bible. And go home and tell your mom Happy Mother's Day. And so we see you guys next time. Okay? Bye-bye.